Good evening and salam keluarga Malaysia. You're watching News at 10. I'm Jessica Lee. Making the headlines tonight. My Sejahtera wholly owned by the government. Malaysia to rejuvenate trilateral cooperation pact with Indonesia and the Philippines. The secrecy and security of the data collected by My Sejahtera application are guaranteed as they are fully monitored by the Health Ministry and could not be shared with other government and private agencies. Now, Health Minister Khairy Jamaluddin said this is in line with the regulations on the use and management of data as stipulated in the Prevention and Control of Infectious Diseases Act 1988, the Medical Act 1971 and international standards. Khairy said data from the My Sejahtera application are uploaded to a network of cloud servers on a daily basis and can only be accessed for use by the My Sejahtera app. He stressed that the ministry will always ensure that there are no compromises on the security aspect. As such, the minister hopes the public will continue using My Sejahtera without any doubts. In a related development, Khairy denied allegations that the government has sold the My Sejahtera application to a private firm. He said My Sejahtera is wholly owned by the government, with the Health Ministry as the main stakeholder for the management of the nation's public health since 26th of November 2021. According to Khairy, the government also did not make any payments to KPIs of Malaysia Sdn Bhd, which developed the My Sejahtera application throughout the usage period between 27th of March 2020 and the 31st of March 2021. Now, this was based on the company's decision to offer the application to the government for 1 year without any charges, based on its corporate social responsibility or CSR principles. And Khairy said after the CSR period ended, the government on the 31st of March 2021 agreed for My Sejahtera's usage to continue. As such, the government on the 26th of November 2021 decided for the Health Ministry to establish a price negotiation committee comprising members from all stakeholder agencies to negotiate procurement and management of the application with the company for 2 years, in line with the government's procurement procedures. The Finance Ministry subsequently, through a letter on the 28th of February 2022, approved the Health Ministry's application to procure the My Sejahtera application. He said the negotiation process has begun and the Health Ministry will ensure due diligence is conducted to preserve the government's interest. The country's trilateral cooperation pact with Indonesia and the Philippines will be rejuvenated. The Senior Defence Minister, Datuk Sri Hishamuddin Tun Hussein, said he would meet his counterparts during the Defence Services Asia or DSA and the National Security Asia or NETSEC 2022 exhibitions, which will take place from tomorrow until the 31st of March. Explaining further, Datuk Sri Hishamuddin said the three countries have previously created a trilateral pact, but it requires rejuvenation. According to him, the new agreement would cover aspects such as training and military patrols of the three nations.
The Defence Minister of Indonesia and Philippines and myself have decided that this is a good opportunity to revive our trilateral cooperation. So it involves the defence with regards to kidnap for ransom, terrorism, and the pursuit of those that use our waters for these acts, which requires the cooperation of three countries. It's quite.
The trilateral cooperative arrangement among the three countries was created to boost security in the Sulu Sea, Sulawesi and Sabah's east coast. He added the pact is important as the three countries share the same enemies and the cooperation can help to curb any security threats and other cross-border crimes. The Home Ministry, together with the Defence Ministry, will be implementing a comprehensive master plan in order to control and secure the country's borders from any encroachment. Home Minister Datuk Sri Hamzah Zainuddin said the plan, which would be tabled to the Cabinet, involves control at land and sea entry points as well as prevention measures at illegal routes.
Whatever plan that we have nanti adalah sesuatu yang boleh membantu, bukan hanya di Sabah. When you look at Sabah, betul lah, we talk about defense, orang masuk, keluar masuk di situ. What about sempadan antara Kalimantan dengan Sarawak? Bagaimana pula sempadan di antara Thailand dan semenanjung kita? Bagaimana pula di Selat Melaka? Dan di lorong-lorong tikus yang masuk melalui Batam. Semua itu kita kena adakan comprehensive master plan dan kita combine di antara defense dan internal security. InsyaAllah, I think dengan kerjasama yang kita tunjukkan ini, we will come up with a good solution for the future of our country.
Datuk Sri Hamzah also stressed that securing the nation's borders and sovereignty is the joint responsibility of all relevant enforcement agencies through the comprehensive master plan. He said the ministry needs the support and collaboration of agencies like the Immigration, Customs, Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency and other border enforcement organisations to enhance security technology and measures. Now, over 2 million youths are expected to benefit from the Permula program that would soon be launched with an allocation of 300 million ringgit. Now, Finance Minister Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul Tengku Abdul Aziz said the cashless transaction scheme for youths aged 18 to 20, as well as full-time students in higher learning institutions, will see 150 ringgit credited on a one-off basis into their respective e-wallets.
Program e-Permula akan mengkreditkan RM150 secara one-off ke dalam akaun e-dompet para belia ini. Lebih 2 juta belia bakal mendapat manfaat program ini dengan peruntukan sebanyak RM300 juta.
According to the Minister, Budget 2022 had allocated many funds and financing facilities specifically for youths in the country. Now, this includes the 150 million ringgit Young Entrepreneur Financing Plan offered by Bank Simpanan Nasional and Agrobank for young entrepreneurs. Furthermore, the government has been providing a 900 ringgit allowance to students undergoing industrial training programs to ease their financial burden since 2019. Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul also reminded youths of the importance of practicing sound financial management, saying that the younger generations should familiarize themselves with the concept of self-control and get acquainted with the world of investments. Coming up, cops seized 1.33 tons of ganja in raids with 4 arrested. Now, the cost structure of hiring Indonesian domestic workers will be announced after the Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, between Malaysia and Indonesia is finalised. Now, according to Deputy Human Resources Minister Datuk Awang Hashim, the MOU is scheduled to be signed by both countries in Jakarta in April 2022, replacing the previous agreement that had lapsed in 2016. Datuk Awang explained that the old cost structure based on the 9th Joint Working Group in September 2013 for the MOU that expired in 2016 was capped at 7,800 ringgit.
Seperti mana kita buat revision of salary every 2 years. Kita akan tengok wages. Tapi tak semestinya naik, tak semestinya turun. Tapi setiap 2 tahun kita akan review and revise dalam Majlis Perundingan Gaji Negara.
He also did not negate the possibility of an increase in the costs for hiring Indonesian domestic workers due to several factors. However, he said he could not give an estimation on the percentage of price increase as compared to the previous years. Some 1.33 tons of ganja worth 3.33 million ringgit have been seized following raids in Subang Jaya, Rawang and Semenyih. Now, Bukit Aman Narcotics Criminal Investigation Department or NCID Director Dato' Ayub Khan Maidin Piche said 4 men aged between 23 and 46 were detained in the operations conducted between 4 p.m. and 1 p.m. or 4 p.m. and 11 p.m. on the 24th of March. Dato' Ayub Khan said the suspects have been remanded for 7 days from the 25th until the 31st of March to assist in the investigation under Section 39B of the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952.
Saringan awal yang dibuat oleh pihak polis ke atas 4 suspek mendapati seorang suspek positif dadah jenis THC. Rekod jenayah pula mendapati 1 suspek mempunyai rekod lampau 2 kes dadah di bawah Seksyen 12(2) atau dadah berbahaya. Jabatan Narkotik juga telah mengambil tindakan di bawah pelucut hakkan harta yang mana kita telah berjaya menyita aset sindiket yang bernilai RM331,900 dan juga wang tunai. Kenderaan, ada 4 kenderaan yang kita sita. Jumlah keseluruhan rampasan dadah dan sitaan adalah RM3.7 juta.
He noted that the drugs seized could feed the addiction of 2,576,000 drug users. He added the syndicate, believed to be operating since January this year, got its ganja supply from Thailand to be distributed in Selangor and Johor markets. He said the drugs were smuggled in via a land route and secret passages in the northern part of Peninsular Malaysia. A total of 168.4 million ringgit has been allocated to build and upgrade telecommunication towers as well as implement the point of presence or POP fibre optic hub projects throughout the Ranau district to provide 4G internet services by next year. Communications and Multimedia Minister Tan Sri Anwar Musa said that of the amount, 103.4 million ringgit had been set aside to build a total of 35 new telecommunication towers and upgrade 30 existing towers. Explaining further, Tan Sri Anwar said currently construction and upgrading works are being carried out and expected to be completed by the end of this year.
Bila sebut jendela, artinya menambah menara, menambah rangkaian gentian optik dan menaik taraf stesen-stesen pemancar. Ya? Dan itu sedang berjalan dan kerja-kerja telah kita berikan, boleh kata hampir semuanya pada kontraktor tempatan, kontraktor Sabah yang sedang melaksanakannya. Saya pantau daripada semasa ke semasa kerana saya pula dikehendaki melaporkan kepada Majlis Ekonomi Digital Negara.
He further noted that the projects are being implemented under the provisions of the Ranau New Structure Requirement, and this shows the government's concern through the ministry to ensure that the whole country will enjoy 4G internet access. The Johor State Government will establish a special committee that will evaluate the standard operating procedures or SOPs for workers travelling between Singapore and Malaysia for work, in conjunction with the land borders reopening of both countries beginning the 1st of April. Johor Youth Sports Entrepreneur Development, Cooperatives and Human Resource Committee Chairman Muhammad Hairi Mat Shah said the government would soon announce the decision after discussions have been made with various agencies under the Human Resources Department. He said the implementation of the SOP would take into account the total number of workers from both countries.
Saya akan melihat insya-Allah pada pagi ini saya akan bersama-sama dengan jabatan-jabatan di bawah agensi saya, khususnya di bawah Jabatan Sumber Manusia. Saya akan mendengar dan meneliti apa kaedah dan apa sahaja yang SOP yang akan dijalankan oleh pihak di bawah agensi saya.
Muhammad Hairi said this after attending a state-level gotong royong program at a cemetery in Kampung Kurnia, Johor Bahru.
To be certain on whether certain information are true or false, follow these tips. Accuracy. Is the news source a credible person or research? Authority. identify the author of the news and ensure that they are experts in the field or whatever is being written about. Currency. Check the publication date. It may be an old article that was resurfaced for publicity and traction. Coverage. If the news is too short and not specific, it is advisable that you ignore it. Objective. Evaluate the possible purposes of a publication. If it serves no benefit or instead damaging and may result in chaos, it is better to avoid sharing. Tidak pasti, jangan kongsi.
Malaysia lost 1-2 to host Singapore in the FAS 2022 Tri-Nation Series international friendly match at the National Stadium in Singapore last night. Now, Singaporean young striker Iksan Fandi emerged hero for the hosts as he scored 2 goals to mark the first defeat of Harimau Malaya under the supervision of new head coach Kim Pangon. The national squad began the game with 2 goal-scoring chances through Safiq Rahim. However, both attempts by the 34-year-old did not find the net. The home side, coached by Nazri Nasir, broke the deadlock in the 30th minute when Iksan tapped in a short cross from South Korean-born Sung Yu-Yong. Now, Malaysia got a golden opportunity to equalise after the break when the national squad were awarded with a penalty kick following Muhammad Safwan's Baharuddin's foul on Safawi Rasid in the penalty box. However, Safawi's left-footed spot kick only managed to hit the crossbar. And 10 minutes later, naturalised player Liridon Krasniki lashed in a pass from Muhammad Akir Abdul Rashid to level the game. Malaysia's lapse in defence line was punished by Iksan, who cleverly dribbled past several players before firing in a shot in the 76th minute to seal the win. Now, Kim's squad will next play a closed-door match against local club LB Rex Niigata FC on Monday. Meanwhile, Kim praised the performance displayed by his squad despite losing the match. The South Korean said Harimau Malaya deserved the win based on the quality of their performance and intensity.
Zero complaint to the player, but we try to assess our old program here. Then definitely we can improve. I think I'm much positive for the player performance.
Harimau Malaya began the campaign with a 2-0 win over the Philippines on Wednesday, shown some improvement compared to their performance in the 2020 AFF Cup last December. And that's it for this evening. In our top story, My Sejahtera, wholly owned by the government. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. I'm Jessica Lee. Thank you for watching and Salam Keluarga Malaysia.